Over the past 24 hours, a ferocious and sudden surge of torrential rain has unleashed devastating flash floods in the Alpine border region between France and Italy, most notably impacting the towns of Modane and Bardonecchia. In Modane, nestled in the French Alps, mud flows inundated the railway station, covering tracks and severing the vital cross-border rail link between France and Italy. SNCF has confirmed that train services along the Paris-Milan high-speed line will remain suspended for multiple days as crews carry out intense cleanup and safety inspections.
Volevo vedere andare via noi. Non riusciamo ad andare via, mi dai.
Although Modane suffered significant disruption, the fortunate news is that no casualties or injuries were reported in that town. However, infrastructure damage has left the community grappling with the sudden halt in transportation and the daunting task of debris removal. On the Italian side of the border, Bardonecchia and Piedmont bore the brunt of the storm's fury. Residents were caught off guard by what local officials described as a water bomb, a flash flood so abrupt that within mere minutes, streets became raging torrents of mud and debris. The Frejus waterway, typically calm, overflowed dramatically, with muddy black water rushing through the tunnels that connect to the Frejus rail and road passage. The torrent surged into the town center and motorway, burying roads and vehicles beneath thick layers of silt. In Bardonecchia, the disaster claimed at least one life. A 70-year-old local man, identified as a fruit seller, was swept away by the sudden deluge as he exited his van. Emergency crews later recovered him from the floodwaters, but he could not be saved. Authorities confirmed his death, emphasizing that he was a resident of Bardonecchia, and underscored the sudden, violent nature of the phenomenon. The mayor issued an urgent plea for residents. Stay indoors, avoid bridges, and refrain from using vehicles as the torrents made travel perilous. First responders acted swiftly, rescuing at least 10 individuals trapped by the flood, some stranded in their homes, others abandoned in their cars amid rising waters.
Ah, elle a peut-être raison, ouais.
Firefighters and alpine rescue teams worked relentlessly to evacuate children from summer camps and bring them to safe havens such as community centers and sports halls set up as temporary shelters. Road closures were immediately enforced across several routes. The A32 Turin-Bardonecchia motorway was shut in both directions, and smaller state roads crumbled under the mud, completely isolating parts of the valley. Even more alarming, Bardonecchia is still recovering from a similar event that occurred in August 2023. Back then, heavy rains caused 2 mountain streams to overflow, triggering a landslide that wiped out cars and infrastructure. Fortunately, no fatalities were reported at that time.